Howdy, y'all. Welcome to the Beverly Hillbillies Facts and Trivia. Y'all kick off your shoes and you said a spell, all right? Now here's your host for the show, the old Kentucky boy himself, Mr. Bob Snap.
Hi guys, and welcome to the Beverly Hillbillies Facts and Trivia. Appreciate you being here. Today's video is on Mr. Drysdale, Raymond Bailey, and how he was a self-described ham bone. That's kind of what my son thinks of me. Corny as all get out. And hammy as heck. Excuse me. Anyway, let's take a look. Beverly Hillbillies didn't feature a ton of meaningful character arcs. Wasn't designed to. Characters work because of how clearly defined they are. Situations are funny because we know that these people don't fit into most of those situations. It wouldn't work as well if the characters grew and changed like real people do. The Beverly Hillbillies doesn't feature a lot of serialized storytelling. Its episodic nature keeps things the same episode to episode and year to year. While its characters may not have grown, the show did. The most notable change was a Wizard of Oz-like leap from black and white to color. However, another subtle change was the increased role of Raymond Bailey had on the show. Throughout the series, his character, Mr. Drysdale, was featured more heavily, with more screen time and more involvement in stories. It's not hard to tell why, either. He gives such a memorable performance as Drysdale that you can't help but clamor for more. And even though the character and his motivations don't change, his portrayal developed slowly. From a straight businessman, Drysdale became a buffoon, then a real heel, said Bailey of his performance. I'm a ham bone, so I'm playing him to the hilt. As the show producer, Paul Henning wasn't just responsible for the Beverly Hillbillies' existence. He was also the one in charge of decisions like making Drysdale a more prominent part of the show. According to an article in the North Adams transcript, Henning began privately referring to Drysdale and his secretary Jane Hathaway as the 5th and 6th Hillbillies. Luckily for Henning, Raymond Bailey stuck around the show business long enough to contribute to a great performance. He was no quitter, but Bailey faced a host of setbacks that could have kept him from pursuing an acting career. It's been a life of frustration, said Bailey of his early acting work. My frustration gave me only one goal, to save enough money to get out of wherever I happened to be. The problem was a lack of education. I quit school in the 10th grade and left home when I was 15. I worked for 30 cents a night doing voices for puppet shows, and I've known an empty stomach and tears. Maybe Mr. Drysdale deserved that fortune after all. There you go. Raymond Bailey was great. Apparently he was very moody, and he had a kind of a sick sense of humor, which I have. I can relate, and I'm very sarcastic. If you really were around me, you'd know that because you'd get hit with it quite a bit. But well-meaning sarcasm. No, I don't want to hurt nobody. Hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you really did. And check out yesterday's if you haven't. It's on what the critics actually said back then about the Beverly Hillbillies. It's not generic. It's what they actually said. And there's a couple little funny things in there about a couple tributes to the Beverly Hillbillies. It's just one will blow your mind. So check that out if you don't mind. TV Facts and Trivia and Rock and Country Music Facts and Trivia will be back tomorrow. So make sure you get over there. Plenty over there to watch now if you're not doing anything. Have a blessed Sunday. God bless you. And I'll be praying.